Oh, man. 10:56 p.m. Saturday. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving 2013, so pretty sure it's the 23rd, but I could be off by a day. Yeah. That car is the Toyota Prius original. Looks just like all the other sedans of the day. Could be a neon, could be a cobalt, could be pretty much any of them. They all look the same back then. The Insight actually beat the Prius's ass on mileage, but the Prius, that particular one, was much more comfortable. I'm sure that I never drove a next level up Prius, which does get 50 miles to the gallon, not 30, which that one does. But 30 was still better than 18, for real. And that car's actually got a lot of power. Unlike this one, I've never seen that one run its battery down. I don't think the programming lets it. But anyway. Boy. It's fucking cold out there. I'd be sitting at the table. Going down to 19 tonight. Most of the trees lost their leaves. Our maple's still losing them, and the yard is filled with leaves everywhere they can hide. We'll do something about that. Not yet. Rakes don't work well in areas that have a whole lot of decorations, but the blower does. So I might rent a blower for a day and get all the leaves where I want them at. Next year I'll buy one if I'm still around. $800 and some to get the Subaru inspected. It is what it is. When I bought it, they said, okay, we'll pass this, and this, and you know that anything after that is your responsibility, not in so many words, but that's what they said. So next year, you need all new braking system. Not whole system, but calipers, which are the fingers that grip, drums in the back, and it only took 4 items, but each piece in a car that has to go through the supply chain, a lot of things make profit on it. So when the factory gets those pieces, they're not very expensive because they order them in bulk, big time. But it's a 1996. It's almost 20 years old, so I think they still use interchangeable parts for the most part, but whatever. I was like, geez, man, that's almost as much as the car. But, you know, I'm restoring it. It was the original Outback. In the books, it was a legacy. There was no Outback in 1996. It was the original. They didn't coin the name until after it was successful. I had a whole bunch of other shit to talk about, but I talk to Daddy constantly. So whatever ends up on the diary, it does. spend some time on Facebook. I really enjoy having that. I mean, you know, it is a really, really cool utility. Electricity is a really cool utility too. Makes everything possible that we do nowadays. Even before, electricity runs our bodies, actually. I got to type out a big paragraph to Sharon. You know, just because this is what stuck in my mind as I was growing up. You can read many things and certain things will stick. This one stuck. Blue-eyed people are generally more calloused, calculating. Brown eyes, not so much. Green, I really can't say anything beyond that. I heard that blue eyes were calloused and calculating because the other ones didn't stick in my head. Sharon is extremely blue-eyed. I mean, her eyes for me are mesmerizing. Heart, the band, talked about a blue-eyed man, and Mom married one. Ew. We didn't cut it. We probably would have cut it now. I mean, you know, but at the time I was an 18-year-old, and Mom told me don't do drugs, and I know damn well he does. And she's okay with that, but not with me doing them. You see, I thought that was a conflict of interest. Whatever. Back to Sharon. I was a really cold son of a bitch to her, too, that day. She was crying. She didn't say it that way, but I got it, but I rejected it. Can't do any better. I'm doing the best I can. Which she couldn't have said at the time, but that's how I'm interpreting it. And for me, her being with anybody other than me was just ridiculous. Yet I couldn't have a place of my own, and she couldn't either. Our parents ain't gonna accept each other. Her parents said I was a loser, and mine said she was a trick. Well, that don't work too well now, does it? If you don't have your own space. And considering all around me, everybody is trashing each other. I mean, people get together and then they break up, and this is when I was a kid, or actually a teenager. The mirror is empty. Yeah, I wanted to go in the house too. But you know, I still have confidence that Sharon's still on my side and she never left. I just couldn't deal with it, and I couldn't do anything about it, and neither could she. Now she don't talk to me. I think that's kind of repayment because I cut her off for a year. She got divorced, which is the only thing I ever asked for. But she couldn't do that back then. And she didn't know how to find me. I didn't know how to find her. She's like, why didn't you try and find me sooner? I said, I had to wait for Daddy to tell me to. And when I did, your daughter told me to go blank. You know, it's the way it is. It should stay that way. You know, you should be happy. We are. Okay. it's cold out here. That wind just reminds me fast. In less than 5 minutes, my hands will be cold to the bone, and I won't be sticking out here that long. Yeah, I just dropped a cigarette on the ground, and I stepped on it for at least 30 seconds, and then I turned my foot. It's windy, we got leaves on the ground. That's not a good idea to do on your property, or anybody's. There's our kitchen table today. That actually is funky the way lights glow. My little indoor greenhouse. It still needs more lights. Hopefully I remember where I put it at, right? Did remember. Still cold. Turn on the fryer. I got steak fries, homemade. I don't know about this one. What they call that? I don't remember. It looks damn good. Some ketchup, mustard, cheese. It's pretty big. It don't fit in the bun. I'll go and go back outside. This thing's gonna end. Kind of looks like one of Ultraman's enemies. Guppy. in, and I didn't bring a beer. God damn. Cut it right now. Alright. It is life. We'll talk about something else. Well, I got one right here, so do that. It wasn't the distance, it was the cold. Walking to the house takes 5 times as long as getting to the back of this little car. Oh man, it's cold. I'm trying to take a hit without getting a coughing attack. Take a small hit. One here. Don't really want to call it desperate, but when you really need to get that tinge out, you hit it hard and pull for 5 minutes. Now I got to talk to, whether or not it's heard or not, over in Iyanla. I think Iyanla is definitely working her magic. It's all good magic too. It just took a long time to happen. My comment was, I'm glad Iyanla finally got a chance to do what she does. Took this long to be able to do it well, and it had to happen that way, unfortunately. Yeah, I didn't quite say that. You know, I feel myself I'd like to be doing something better, but you gotta do it the way you gotta do it to do it right, whatever that means. Yeah, and then I was commenting on EWAO. I don't have it in my head what it really means. But these people ask a lot of really cool questions. I got 45 seconds down. I'm going to figure out exactly what that question was. But I spent some time there. And one of them was a Muslim who was quoting Muslim scripture that eventually the sun is going to rise from the west, which would mean a total reverse of what is. And if anything survives that cataclysm of the earth shifting from one direction to the other, then you'll see, but that's impossible. If that happened, no one would.